What's good, y'all? It's your boy True and Livin checking in. March 22nd, I want y'all to check out my new shit, man. Long Way From Home. I want y'all dancing off beat like this white girl. You know what I mean? With the headphone wires hanging low. No AirPods, know what I mean? Check my shit out March 22nd. This is for the real ones, for the real G's, know what I mean? Long Way From Home.
Welcome to the check-in report, where the party never ends, does it? I am your humble host, True and Living. It is a pleasure to be with you guys here tonight. You know, I wanted to do a late night stream, but it just wasn't working out. Let me get my lighting right. Things is a little on the fritz here. But I wanted to do a late night stream and just talk to you guys. You know, I don't have any clips laid out. I don't have a topic, a celebrity gossip topic. I don't necessarily have that tonight. But I do have a question tonight that I want to know if people can humor me. You know, I have to ask this question tonight. Are men responsible for the state that women are in modern times? What is going on in modern times? You know, you may ask me that. What is going on, True and Living, in modern times with women? Well, just look around. You have women who are going through body dysmorphia. You know, they're getting BBLs, they're getting breast augmentations, Botox injections, all types of different, plastic surgeries. Women are dealing with insecurities. They're not happy with themselves. All in all, even though you see 100, selfies of themselves and them showing off the butt and them showing off their body, a lot of them are dealing with body dysmorphia. They're dealing with, depression. They're dealing with insecurities, among other things. And let's also talk about what else is going on in the state of women and what's going on. OnlyFans. You have women, pretty much, in a roundabout way, prostituting themselves. Whether it be, them doing, really strong adult content, or whether it even be, hey, I'm gonna do an OnlyFans where I just show off my feet. Women are really in a the mindset of the modern day women. We've never seen this before. Listen, there's always been women that have have gone into that type of adult content work. There's always been women that have dealt with insecurities, who have dealt with all of these different things that I've spoken about. There's always been women that have dealt with these things. But I think that social media has intensified these things, and to a point that we've never seen. Some of us, if you're around my age or maybe even older, we remember a time without OnlyFans. We remember a time, I want to bring you to this section, but we remember a time without OnlyFans. We remember a time without MySpace, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all of these different social media networks. We remember how women would act, how women would view themselves, how women would carry themselves. And there has been a significant shift from the women of those times to the women of today. Women, I'm just keeping it a buck with you guys, and I'm just keeping it, I'm just keeping it real. I'm just calling it how I see, if you will. We've never seen women act like this. Not only have we haven't seen women act like this, women are making more money than they've ever made in history. We have to put that into context as well, that women have never been this financially independent. Throughout the course of American history, we've never seen to the likes of this. Women in high-paying jobs. We have women that are billionaires, women that are multi-millionaires, women that are entrepreneurs. We've never had it to this extent. But there's still, even though women have made, economic gains, financial gains, women are more educated than they've ever been, we still see that women, and it's to the highest power, that women are dealing with depression. They're dealing with insecurities. They're dealing with body dysmorphia. There's women that are going into the adult content field. Now, let me just take some time to talk about the whole adult content field, right? Because there's a lot of women that are going that path. Let me go widescreen on y'all. There's a lot of women that are going that path of making adult content, OnlyFans, things of this nature, whether they got a website or whatever it may be, webcam, all of that nonsense, all of that jazz, right? And I don't think that a lot of women realize what they're putting themselves through. People that make adult content, right? Let me just educate you on, before I get into that, let me just educate you on digital footprint. Digital footprint is very serious. Very serious. And a lot of women don't realize this, that about the digital footprint. A digital footprint is something that you don't really have control over. Even when you delete videos and photos off of the computer or off the social media networks, it's somewhere in the cloud. It's deleted off of the website. Yes, it's deleted off of the, whatever platform it was on, but it's still somewhere in that cloud. It's still somewhere in the universe, somewhere in a cloud, somewhere in a storage unit, somewhere in that file. It's somewhere to be found. And women, because, listen, you may want to be an OnlyFans model today. You may want to do adult content today. The 20-year-old you, the 19-year-old you may want to get a couple simps to pay you $20 a month to see your feet, to see you do adult content and stuff like that. You may want to do that now. But does the 30-year-old you would want to do that? How about this? The 40-year-old you with 2 children in middle school, do you think that you will still want that adult content, those photos, those videos? Would you still want those things out there? And a lot of women don't realize the digital footprint is serious. There are women that are in the adult content, there are women that have left that field, right? When they were in their 20s, when they were in their, when they turned 19, and when they were in their 20s, when they were a young woman, they got into the adult content field, And they've since matured, they've since grown up. They realized the error in their ways. They realized that wasn't a career path that they should have been following. They realized that all of the things that goes into that industry, the spiritual implications of all of those men entering into your womb, destroying you spiritually. They understood all about all of the diseases in that adult content, because diseases are a part of that adult content thing. They realize this, and a lot of them have left that lifestyle. They've left that field, and they have worked tirelessly to try to get that content off of wherever it may be, whether it be on an adult website or whether it be on they have worked tirelessly to get those photos removed, to get those videos removed, and to no avail. There's women that are in their 50s, 60s, 70s that probably did adult content 40 years ago, 50 years ago, when they were in there, in 1978, she was in an adult content film. In the early 80s, Grandma V was in an adult content movie. And it's somewhere on the internet right now. It's in someone's hard drive right now. It's in someone's cloud right now. Someone has a collection of vintage adult content, and it's somewhere on a cloud right now as I speak. And these women have to live with it. They have to deal with the baggage. They have to deal with the fact that they made that mistake, whether it be 20, 30, 40 years ago, something that, they chose to go into, a field that they chose to go into, and now they're regretting it. As a more mature woman, as a woman that's more knowledgeable, we don't all have it. We don't all have it together in our youthful years. We all don't have it figured out. We all don't know where we're going, or this is something that we're gonna be doing while we get older. Shout out to Sinclair. I see Sinclair's in the building. Let me hit that. Hit the button for Sinclair. Shout out to Sinclair. Sinclair says, the true cross of OnlyFans is the respect of your future children. She also says, screenshots or everyone else's proof. You've made bad decisions. I agree. Well spoken, Sinclair. Women just don't understand. A lot of younger women, they just don't understand that this thing is going to follow you. Yeah, right now you're having fun, you're making money. You're taking advantage of some simps that want to pay you, You're making good money. But when you're 30, when you're 40, when you're 50, when those boobs start to sag, when those wrinkles start to come in, when those grays start to come in, when those walls of that womb start to loosen, after a couple pregnancies, right? You had a couple pregnancies and that body is starting to change. Women can tell you that body changes after a few pregnancies. When all of these things hit you in the course of your female life, will you look back at that adult content and say this is something that you should be proud of? Will you look back at that adult content and say that this is something that you're happy with? Will you look back at that adult content and say, oh man, I wouldn't mind if my child saw this? Because, that's another reality that we have to get into. You're doing these adult content things and you're on the OnlyFans and you're doing these things. You have to think about the children. Your children are gonna have to go to school, and little Timmy, hey, little Timmy, I seen your mother busting it wide open. These things happen. These things happen. Little Timmy, I seen your mother getting back shots. These things happen. They happen. And it is a reality. It is a reality. But are men to blame? Are men to blame? Because I'm talking about the women, and women have to take some responsibility as well, right? But are men to blame for this? Because let's be honest, men have to take some responsibility as well. Men have, through misogyny, through the rap lyrics, and I can't even just put this on hip hop because, listen, misogyny has been here before rap. It's been here before rap. It's been here before rock and roll. It's been here, right? So, we're all growing up in a culture of a misogynistic culture, and it was here before rap. But we have never seen, it's never gotten to this point. It's no longer the men that are, almost like imposing this misogynistic culture. It's now, you see, we've gotten to a point where women are embracing the misogynistic culture and making money off of simps. Are men to blame? Because listen, I could kick in the backs of women. I could say this about the OnlyFans model, say this and that about the OnlyFans model. But at the end of the day, it's all being powered by simps. Simps are the reason why women like Bad Baby, a woman with no talent, no respect for hip hop, no respect for the art form, who was just I don't want to go into when she was a young girl, because I don't want to go into that, because she was a child at that time. I'm talking about now, not when she was young. I'm talking about now. But simps and perverts ran to that young woman's OnlyFans as soon as she started an OnlyFans, and she became a millionaire off of that. This is powered by simps. Women that have discarded a college education, who have discarded being good wives, building with a man, a marriage, the American dream, a house with a picket fence. They have discarded that. And they have said, you know what? I don't need to chase the American dream. I don't need to be some man's housewife. I don't need to go to college and get educated and be a lawyer, a doctor, a physician, a nurse, a judge, an astrophysicist, an astronaut. I don't have to go to college for that. I can go on a website like OnlyFans, post my feet, post adult content, and allow simps to pay my way through life. And that's where we're at in society. Just keeping it a buck. That's where we are. Sinclair says kids are cruel. If they are a beehole shot of a classmate's mother, you better bet it will be passed around school. The true cross of OnlyFans is the respect of your future children. I agree. And I agree, kids are cruel. Kids are gonna pull up your mom on OnlyFans. My fault. Kids are gonna pull up, your mom on OnlyFans, busting it wide open. They're gonna pull up, these things. This is just the nature of kids, But in regardless of the simps, this is all being powered by simps, which goes into the narrative of what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to convey. The message that I'm trying to convey here is: are men responsible? Are men responsible for the mindset of our women, for the decay of the dating scene? I think that all of this has a backlash to all of these things, to the dating scene, to the overall goals and morals of women today. All of it is a backlash of simps powering OnlyFans, adult content, simping on the Instagram. Honestly, you have simps on Instagram that just go through their whole day liking picture after picture after picture, video after video of the video. They have made no efforts to make any type of female content of their own. I mean, female, I'm saying that they have made no attempts to pretty much find a woman of their own. They've made no attempts of trying to, have a positive, healthy relationship with a woman of their own. But here they are living, this imaginary relationship, with this woman through this phone who gives you nothing but pictures for you to like, gives you nothing but videos for you to stare at all day, whether it be her behind, her breasts. You like the way her body looks. And she offers you that link to her OnlyFans, and you rightfully subscribe. $20 an hour. You put the money down. You put it on your card. If you put it on your debit if you have to. You use PayPal. You're sending her money, $20 a month. And then to add to insult, you're sending her messages. You're requesting things of her, whether it be her socks, all types of wild stuff that you're requesting of this woman. Are men to blame? Are the simps and the perverts to blame for the overall mindset of our women? Where their goals are, where their morals are. There's literally women that are, in their formative years, they're 16, 15, 14, looking at what's going on in the world. There's women making $1 million on OnlyFans. There's women, out there doing adult content, making great money. And there's 14, 15, 16-year-old girls looking at them, saying, you know what? I don't want to go to college. I don't want to be a housewife. I don't want to be an honorable, respectable woman. I want to do what that OnlyFans model does. I want to get the bag like her. And no one's looking at that. No one's taking a look at that. You got simps on there just putting down their money, and a lot of them have daughters of their own. The sad part about it. And they're not looking at the whole picture. They're only looking at it for their, their little, their gratification, if you will. Only looking at it from that lens. Sinclair says, powered by simps and women with lack of self-respect. There are over 1 million women that have OF accounts. 1 million. Wow. I did not know that. I'm thinking that the number is possibly lower. I'm thinking, Sinclair, that the number is maybe in the 200,000s, maybe. 1 million women have OnlyFans. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And I think that, ultimately, because listen, we can sit here and what you're saying is true, Sinclair. It's powered by women with lack of self-respect, but I hold the men more responsible for the fact that it's gotten to this point. I hold the men more responsible because at the end of the day, the money that's being spent and dished out, it's all because of men. It's the pervs, it's the simps, it's the people, it's the young boys and men that are obsessed with adult content. They have allowed it to rule their lives. They've allowed it to rule their lives. They have no healthy relationships of their own with women. They're not seeking it. They're probably paying for OnlyFans and also paying for, some little street meat, around the way. And we have to hold the men responsible because, it's really being backed by their dollar. They've allowed it to get this far, and men have allowed this type of culture to be funded. Yes, women are, they lack self-respect, they lack morals, and they have become the content curators of this platform. But ultimately, it's the men that's powering it. It's the men that are putting the economic funds behind it. If all the men got on one accord and say, we're no longer going to be simps, we're no longer going to be paying $20 a month to pay for feet videos and adult content, if all the men got on one accord, then the narrative would be, men are taking back, they're taking back their money and they're going their own way. They're no longer funding simp culture. But, you're not going to have men that, go on one accord because a lot of them are simps. A lot of them are dealing with addiction. It's a reason why, honestly, ask yourselves this. People that are watching this, Sinclair and anybody in the clouds, I want all of y'all to ask this. Answer this question for me, right? Because there's already men that are dealing with addiction when it comes to, PORN, that type of addiction. You have to ask yourself, there are millions of videos, hundreds of millions of videos, free online. Anything you could type in, you name it. They got categories. Millions of videos. Millions of photographs. How addicted could you be? Now keep in mind, millions of videos, millions of photos, hundreds of millions of these things. And it's all free, ladies and gentlemen. It's all free. Now, this is my question. How addicted are you? Where you say, I don't want the hundreds of millions of videos for free. I don't want the hundreds of millions of photos that are free of adult content. I want to pay $20 a month to this particular girl. How addicted are you? How addicted are you? That's a very deep question. How addicted are you? Where you feel obligated that you have to spend that $20 a month. You feel obligated you have to spend that $9.99 a month. The millions and millions and millions of free content, it's not good enough for you. any category you want. Whatever you like. You say, nah, I don't want none of those free categories. I want this in particular girl. I want to pay her $20 a month. I want to fund her life, fund her lifestyle, fund her adult content. You have to ask yourself, how addicted are these men? These men are addicted. Whether they want to realize it or whether they don't want to realize it, they are addicted. And I'm charging them with the overall decay and morale of where women are today. I think that I like, honestly, I feel more sorry for the young girls, because the women that are young, that are doing it right now, like the women that are like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and and older, I don't necessarily feel sorry for them, because they've made a choice, and whether they are educated on the implications of what happens and what you're gonna deal with being in that industry, it's pretty much on them. I feel sorry for the young girls in high school that probably have ambition to do something, ambition to be something, ambition to want greater, ambition, self-respect, morals. But they're seeing women exploit themselves and make millions of dollars, and realizing that that's something that I could possibly do. That's something that I could possibly do. And the influence that it's having on young women, I just feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for those young women that are in high school, those young women that are in middle school, those young ladies that are in their formative years, even the young girls in college that are trying to work. They got 2-3 jobs trying to pay off those student loans. She's trying to go to med school. She's working hard. She goes to school every day, and she has to fight off the thought in the back of her head. She's been pushing it to the back of her head that maybe if I do some adult content, I may be able to pay off some of these student loans. I may be able to pay off this education that I'm going to school for. She has to fight off that thought and have that little shred of respect and decency for herself. I feel sorry for those women. I don't feel sorry for the women that, have made a choice and that are just out there doing it, and they have no regard for their kids or their families or for their spiritual selves. I feel sorry for those young women that are fighting off those thoughts, fighting off those thoughts of, maybe I should do this. Maybe I should, do OnlyFans content. Maybe I should be doing adult content. Maybe I, pay off some bills. I'm in debt. I gotta pay off my credit card. I want a brand new car. I want to pay this off. I'm going to school. They have to fight these things off, trying to hold on to some decency, some morals, some self-respect. It's deep, man. It's honestly deep. I feel sorry for those women. Seriously, man. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this topic. Are the men to blame? Are they to blame? Me personally, like I stated, I am holding the men responsible. Men, if there's any man that is watching this video, comes across your screen, if this comes down your shout out to Sinclair. Sinclair says, like, comment, subscribe, make sure you share the content. Shout out to Sinclair. That was a warning. giving you a sharp warning.
Warning, 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 warning.
I mean, but like I said, I'm charging the men with the fact that it's gone this far. I'm charging the men with this. It's the men's fault. You know, as men, we're supposed to be leading women. We're supposed to be, helping them, protecting them, showing them a better way, educating them if they on certain things. We're supposed to be protecting them is what I'm trying to grasp here. And we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're funding them. We're funding them in their toxic nature. We're funding them in their toxic behavior. We're funding them in their filth. We're funding them. We're not protecting them. And it's really gotten to us a place where it's affecting a lot of things. It's affecting, like I said, it's affecting the self-respect, the morale of women today, the social fabric of where women today. It's affecting the dating sphere. A man has to go on a date today and he may have to ask a woman, are you making like adult content? Are you on OnlyFans? A man may have to ask a woman that before he chooses to date her. She may have videos. She may have some type of content out there that he has to deal with. And you have to think, do you want to be dealing with a woman that does OnlyFans content? Do you want to be dating possibly a woman that does this types of things for a job? These are things that men have to think about. And ultimately, like I said, we haven't been protecting them. We haven't been doing what is right. We've been letting them down. We've been supporting them in their dysfunctionalities. We've been funding them in their toxic behaviors. And it's to a point where we're truly at a point of no return. We're at a point of no return because at this point, OnlyFans is big business. They're making a lot of money. So, expecting it to just go away or expecting it to just, fade away, that's not a reality. That's not a reality of it just going away. It's going to go away tomorrow and no one's ever going to buy another OnlyFans video or OnlyFans account. It's big business now, just like all the adult just like all the adult sites and, stuff like that. It's big business. Sinclair says it's creating broken potential. It is. It truly is, because like I said, there's young girls that are going to look at that and really think that that's some type of career path. There's going to be young girls that are going to think that that's going to be a career path. And it's also going to affect women that are ambitious to be something, ambitious to go to law school, ambitious to be a doctor, ambitious to do these things. But listen, med school isn't cheap. Med school's not cheap. Trying to be a lawyer, to go to law school, it's not cheap. These fields are not cheap. And a woman is going to have to go to college. She's going to have to look at those, those loans, all of these things that she owes. She doesn't want to work at Chick-fil-A. She doesn't want to work at a McDonald's and break her back. She doesn't want to work at a retail store. When there's an option there for her, there's about 20 dudes on campus. They love me. They all want to be with me. They all, they like me. They all have a crush on me. Why not start an OnlyFans? Why not start an OnlyFans? There's about 20 guys on campus. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 20 guys, you know, $20 a month. You know, there's a couple creeps in my neighborhood. They also like me. You know, I could get on my Instagram and promote it. You know, I got about 2,000 subscribers. I could promote it. That's about, you know, maybe like a 150 more people that can subscribe. A woman in college right now, as I speak, she has to fight that off. She has to fight those thoughts off. Yeah, I'm working to go to law school. I'm working to go to med school. But I mean, I could just load up, you know, the OnlyFans, and a couple guys like me. I could just get them to pay my way through it. I could get them to pay off my car, pay off these loans, pay off my rent for my apartment, pay off my phone bill. All I gotta do is post some pictures of my feet, post some pictures of my behind, you know, get, you know, scantily clad, strip, possibly have a smash out session on camera. This is what we reduce women to. You know, your sisters, your daughters, your little cousins, your nieces, your granddaughter. You know, this is what we reduce women to, and it's sad. It's truly sad that we've gotten this far. It really is. Sinclair says no decent law practice will hire a lawyer that does OnlyFans. You're right. Nah, you're right. I agree. But don't think for a second that there's not women in college that's not thinking that, though. That's not thinking, you know, I could go on OnlyFans. Listen, them school loans is something serious. Don't think for a second that there's not girls in college right now that's not thinking, I could load up an OnlyFans. I could load up, you know, and pay my way through college. You know, pay off my phone bill, pay off this, pay off that. They're thinking that. Some of them have to fight that urge off because they want to be a respectable woman. They want to be a woman with morals. They want to be something in life. You know, they want to be the next governor. They want to be the next mayor. They want to be the next district attorney. They want to be the next president of the United States. They want to be the next, you know, doctor. But they have to fight off these urges and, you know, these monetary gain urges of, you know, exploiting some simps. You know, I mean, it's real. No, it truly is. Nah, you're right, Sinclair. I mean, I couldn't see a law firm doing that. But I mean, it's just like Sinclair, wasn't that the plot? And I know there wasn't on OnlyFans back in the day, but wasn't this pretty much the plot of Players Club? Remember the classic the movie with Players Club with Ice Cube and what's her face, Lisa Ray. I mean, this is pretty much the case is what I'm talking about. She was in college. She was trying to pay her way through college, and she said, you know what? Let me go be a stripper. Let me go, you know. Let me go work at this club and pay my way through college. And you know, women are faced with that now. Let me pay my way through college with this OnlyFans. Let me pay my way through, you know, this education with this OnlyFans. You know, all I gotta do is post my feet. All I gotta do is post, you know, particular parts of my body. You know, maybe I may be scantily clad. Maybe I might get smashed out on camera. You know, women are fighting these urges. You know, and sometimes it may not even be to pay off a bill. It may not be to pay off a bill. It may be just to, you know, or it may not be to pay off some education. It may be just to pay off a phone bill. You know, pay off a car note. You know, pay off some rent, have some extra money, save up for a vacation. real stuff, real spill. It may not necessarily be for an education. It may be for something just, a vacation, a getaway trip, a trip to Cancun, These are things that women are dealing with, and it's sad in my opinion. But ultimately, that's what I wanted to talk about on this stream. I just wanted to get into, are men responsible for the overall mindset of women and where they are, the insecurities that they're dealing with, the depression that they're dealing with, them feeling like they have to go into that line of work of adult content to survive, whether it be for monetary gain or whether they're looking at it as a career. Are men to blame for that? Have we created a system where they're pretty much living affluent lives because of simps backing them and paying off their bills? Ultimately, I mean, man, it's just crazy. It really is. But I just wanted to come in here and talk about that. It was on my mind today. But salute to Sinclair for riding out with me. Salute to Sinclair. Let me hit this button right quick for Sinclair. Shout out to Sinclair. Shout out to everybody that's in the clouds. Everybody that want to ride out with me tonight. I will see you guys on another stream, another time. You guys have a good night. We out of here, man. This is the check-in report. Just want to come through with a topic tonight. We out of here, y'all. Peace.
Reppin' the road, foreign guys on my name and they toes. These studies announce me, honestly, put the seat back in the Odyssey. Prodigy, little mama, wanna suck and to swallow me, whack ties.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy True and Livin checking in. March 22nd, I want y'all to check out my new shit, man. Long way from home. I want y'all dancing off beat like this white girl. You know what I mean? With the headphone wires hanging low. No AirPods, know what I mean? Check my shit out March 22nd. This is for the real ones, for the real G's.